Well, welcome back to The View from Here, and you probably are noticing that the view from here isn't the usual view from here. Today we got a special view from here. In particular, we have the view from here of Trinity's musicians, our senior musician and director of music, Bob Hobby, and one of our newest members of our staff, Evan Anderson, who just came on board with us. And here we are at their view from here. Here at the organ console at Trinity English. If you've ever been here, you know that we have this massive organ. And these are the guys who are responsible for both helping to take care of it, but on a regular basis, making it sound good. So, guys, it's great to be with you.
Thanks, good to be here.
So, tell us about your view from here. I bet you see, if at some point Sarah rotates around, you see there's mirrors up here. You can see over a little bit. What's it like being up here?
Well, for me, I suppose it's kind of neat because we aren't necessarily seen, but we're heard. So we have a chance to make ourselves present in the space, but also can also not necessarily be in the spotlight in a way. It's also pretty cool for me, I think, because most people when they come to church look forward and see, they look for various things to see God. And I think for those of us who are worship leaders, we actually see God quite a bit in the faces of the people out there. And we've had those conversations before. It's a very meaningful thing, I think, really. So in addition to always being happy to see someone on a Sunday, it's also pretty cool to sense Christ's face in their eyes.
Right. But you're sitting back here, so how do you see anybody back here? I mean, except for Evan. and those choir members right there. I mean, how do you see anything from here?
The occasional sneak around the music
peeking
rack.
around the music rack.
So you're peeking around the rack at everybody on a Sunday morning.
It's a little less conspicuous this direction, but if you go that direction, people are a little more to notice, I think. But you can sneak a little easier on this side.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Evan, so you're here. You're brandly new, a newly minted organist right out of St. Olaf.
Yep.
And so, what's it like being a Sunday morning church musician?
Well, it's very exciting being here at Trinity English. It's something that I've been looking forward to during the school year when I knew I got the job, and also getting to play on this wonderful instrument it's quite a privilege, and also working along with Bob is also another one of the great benefits, and also great pastoral staff.
Thanks. So on a Sunday morning, we hear this music coming out. All these pipes. It's always kind of interesting because the pipe looks static, but all this sound is coming out of them. But how do you know what to do on Sunday morning?
Well, some days it's easier than others. I think as far as the music, if we're playing for everybody, there are certain levels. We were just talking about this earlier today. Certain levels of volume that maybe it's a more exciting hymn. Sometimes it's more prayerful, and so we try to adjust things in that way. If we're playing for the children or the youth or even the adults, we might adjust things a little bit. So a lot of it is really the context and whatever is needed at that moment. We try, and the cool thing about this organ is that there's so many musical colors to it that it makes it interesting. It's not just like having vanilla ice cream in sound all the time. We have lots of different colors to work with.
Cool. So we're looking at this thing, and tell us in 45 seconds or less what these things do. I mean, there's books about this. I know there's whole books about this, and you can go but generally speaking, I mean, I see there's 4 piano keyboards there. Do you really?
5 with the pedal.
5 you got to use your feet too.
You have to use your feet too.
Magic feet.
Yeah.
So 4 hands, 1 feet. There's lights. There's buttons, and there's these things on the side, and whatever those flipper things are up at the top. So what does this all do?
So you've got, I think we can see it first from this side. We've got, these are all called stops, and they control the individual sounds of the organ. So each one will control a different set or rank of pipes. So you can hear this is one, and then this is another, and so on and so forth. They also control different pitch levels, so that's a little bit higher. And each of these keyboards is called a manual, and they control different section of the organ. And so all of these numbered buttons that you can see here control different divisions. So you can see this controls everything on the organ. This controls, just one section. This controls another section as well. So it's a lot of stuff going on all at once. And
Do you know everything that's going on in there?
Hopefully. You can tell when something is not right. That's the easiest thing. You can tell when there's something on that you don't want to be on. That's yeah.
And the feet. And the feet.
And the
I
feet.
mean, and
Yeah, we're not wearing our organ shoes right now, but there are special organ shoes that have felt on the bottom, and the heels are probably 1.5 inches, I'd say, right?
Yep.
And so they help us kind of feel the pedals a little bit better and make our way along those.
Plus they set a real fashion design as we
Oh,
walk
they
around
do,
the
yeah,
church.
yeah. You think these things make sound, those just they click away.
And the cool thing, since we really don't have more than two hands, the cool thing about these tabs up here is that if either Evan or I have a sound from here we want down here, all we do is push up one of these tabs and it transfers the sound. So it allows us actually to play the sounds from here, 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 and here all together. We can bring them all together without having to work any harder. So it's or stretching or anything like that. And then we can also take some of these sounds, take it down to the pedal as well.
so what's the most, when you're playing? What do you find to be the most exciting thing to do when you play this thing?
You want to go ahead?
I think the
Like
most
make our hair jump up?
No. I think the most exciting thing is, and this goes back to being a church musician, is hearing really great congregational singing when you're playing the hymns and the liturgy. I think that's one of the most inspiring things for me as an organist, and I think even more than the repertoire or anything like that. That's what I love to hear.
And I would echo that. I think it's all, for me, the most exciting part is playing for people and singing, and not just doing repertoire, but actually playing hymns and songs with the people who are involved as well.
So when did you decide you wanted to do this?
Well, I started at an early age. First wedding was in 4th grade, started playing church in 5th grade, but I wanted to be an architect until my junior year of high school. And so it was really at that point, I tell people God spoke to me through my geometry teacher that the architecture was going to be out of the way.
I think God spoke to a lot of people
Yeah.
that are geometry teachers.
So the more I kind of pushed away from it, the more the doors opened. And so really it kind of cemented in high school.
Cool.
And,
Yeah, music has always been a part of my life, and then I think within the last probably year or so of high school, I realized that church music was something that I actually did want to go into, and not just have it as a side vocation, but as an actual job. So yeah.
Cool. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Bob and Evan, great to have you here. Thank you for joining us down here at the organ bench, at the organ console. Great to be here. Great to have you with us. Great to have you here at Trinity. But thanks for joining us, and thanks for telling us a little bit about this great thing that you all do on a regular basis. And thanks to all of you. We will see you again soon on The View from Here.